We are 1040 AM KGGR 106.9 FM. I am so excited because we have a guest in studio. So if you're watching on social media, you can see who's here, of course. But I'll go ahead and tell you the surprise here for those of you listening out there in radio land. We have the Reverend Good Dr. Bishop Kirk Franklin in the
That is hilarious. How y'all doing? That is so funny. What's good?
Listen, we are so excited that you have decided to come by and talk to little old us here in Dallas. Well, you're here somewhere, Dallas, Fort Worth area.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So we're family. Now we are so excited. We're going to talk about the music. I know there's so much to dive into, and I know you don't have a whole lot of time with us,
but have time. I always got all the time.
Oh, that is so amazing. Well, we thank you. Try Love is the biggest thing that we have going right now, and we absolutely love this song. It's so amazing. This whole project. Now we've seen the videos of why you've been putting it together, and the people that you have used, and so we're just so excited about it. But can you just go ahead and go into detail about why?
Well, this album started out as one project that was just going to be just a regular Kirk album, but then last year I had this experience of discovering that who I thought my father was, even though I was adopted and was abandoned by my parents, I still had an idea of who somebody was to be my father. But after 53 years, found out that that man was not my father. There was another man that was my father. So in that process, it just kind of changed the trajectory of my life and the music. Wow. And so I called the album Father's Day because I was working on the album at the same time that this happened.
Gotcha.
And so in that process, I was able to discover some very painful things, still discovering painful things. And so that had an impact on the music. And so one of the songs called Try Love that right now there is to there, if you listen to but what I wanted to do is I wanted to wrap the medicine in candy. And so that's kind of what it is because the first verse says, see, I admit I didn't know much about love the way it was supposed to be. I was born into a world so cold. How could I forget the many dark days, times I felt betrayed by the ones that were supposed to love me?
Wow.
It's the only kind of love I've known.
Wow.
And so, that's kind of telling my story, but because it's a bop,
you
don't really catch So, that's how Try Love became a kind of part of my journey.
Wow. So what is the process for you writing music anyways? I can remember, and I know you may not remember this, many years ago, because I am connected to your family, I got the chance to visit your house, and your wife was so nice and showed us around and everything, and she kind of showed us that room. And I think you're in a different house now. This was a bigger one then, but the room where you actually would sit and write. So like, what is that process like? Do you sit down and go to the computer, the piano, and say, oh, let me go ahead and just put some tunes together? Or is it, 10,000 days in the Bible, or how does it work?
No, it's just God loaning me songs. Wow. It's God been kind enough to just loan me songs. And that's kind of the process has always been, God is kind enough to just loan me ideas, and I try to write those ideas down, and I try to be able to be intentional with them. And so that's what it is.
I like that, loaning you songs. So you give them back.
Yeah. Well, they're not, as I'm not the owner of them.
Yeah.
I'm just the manager. He's the owner. And so, he's loaning them to me.
Wow. That's amazing. And you work with so many people. Is there anybody that you haven't worked with that maybe your dream person, like you're thinking, ooh, one day?
I just love working with good people. And so, I'm quite sure somebody else will come along that I really get inspired by. And I've been blessed to work with some incredible people. And so I'm very honored to.
Wow. So what's next? What's coming up next? I mean,
for the community, we've got the Exodus Music and Arts Festival coming Memorial Day weekend. That's going to be really, really dope. We got a great lineup. And, Exodus is the only outdoor gospel music event in the country.
Yeah.
That's like a music festival that's not, that's not put on by a radio station or something like that. But, it's something for us, by us. And so that's what Exodus is. And we're back again. Very excited about that. I'm very excited about the Try Love album. Thank you everybody for supporting the Father's Day album and for supporting the Father's Day documentary.
Yes.
So I'm extremely grateful.
And Exodus is so good. I got a chance to go last year and the year before, and I'm going this year. And by the way, we do have another pair of tickets to give away, so make sure y'all keep listening. So we have to do that.
Yeah.
But it's so amazing. You have so. How do you get everybody? Well, you are Kirk Franklin. I was going to say, how do you get everybody to come out? But
Well, we are paying people. So.
Money talks. Yes, that's good.
And then once again, like I said, it's the only it's one of the few things that we have in our genre.
Mhm.
So I'm very appreciative of artists supporting it and wanting to be a part of it because it's all we got.
Wow. Wow. Absolutely. And I love the way that you break down walls, or you break down barriers, or, you're kind of the first to come out with so many things and so many different types of music. And one of my favorites I love is the song that you did with Maverick City where you went into the prison.
Yeah.
That song is the bomb. So I mean, what was the experience like actually being there and networking and working with these people?
Well, my sister has been incarcerated for years, and so I come from that history. My grandfather was incarcerated for murder. And so I come from a family that is impacted. Just the lineage of who we are, and so to be able to go and to see men that have more light and life in them than some people that are supposedly free, was just very encouraging. And it's just a beautiful thing to be reminded that God loves us no matter where we are.
Yeah.
And that his freedom is available for everyone, whether they're physically bound, emotionally, mentally bound. And I think that's just the beautiful thing about Jesus. The beautiful thing about Jesus is that the way that we process love and the way that we process people is so antithetical to everything that he is. He one of the greatest phrases that David ever wrote to me is just giving God thanks for not treating him as his sins deserve. And I think that is so promising, right? Because my sins deserve a lot of discipline and penalties, wrath. And so, the fact that the loving kindness of God supersedes the failures of my humanity.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's great. Oh, wow. Listen, Kirk, I already knew this interview was going to be amazing. So I'm excited. You're so inspiring. Are there people that you have people that you look up to, and then you have people that are kind of on your level, and then you have those people that you're pulling up, that you are mentoring. So talk about that process.
Well, who I've always looked up to, and I was listening to them even when I was a teenager back in the '80s. But somebody who is a hero of mine, and I make no apologies for it, is Dr. Tony Evans.
Yeah.
One of my heroes. I was
my
at his
pastor.
House. Yeah, I was at his house last night getting some crumbs. You know what I'm saying? Getting nuggets.
Yes.
I'm Dr. Sonny Acho's been my therapist for the last 25 years. I love him. Bishop Kenneth Omer is a great mentor of mine. I've got some other great theological friends that I call and, hook up with. I'm very grateful and appreciative, for Tammy Franklin. She's a great hero. I love being Unc. To the Chandler Moores and the Tasha Cobbs Leonards and the Jonathans, whoever wants me to be Unc, I'm very grateful. Kaylin Carr, I got a little crew of them that I call and I check on them, and I love being Unc.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I take joy in being Unc, and so yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Family is so important. I'm glad that you definitely mentioned your wife being that strong supporter for you. And in this industry, because I know you're super, super busy. You're busier than the president of the United States. So you're everywhere. But how important is it to balance family and career in this industry? Because so many people don't hit the mark.
Well, when I learn that, I'll let you know. Because I have not learned. I'm a workaholic.
Still trying to get it. Gotcha.
I'm a workaholic. I'm an extremely ambitious man. And I know that I've failed many times. I'm quite sure my wife and children would have stories about their disappointments and their hurts because I missed the mark. And I own that. I make no excuse, and I try to fight diligently to try to get it right. But one of my nemesis is my ambition.
Yeah.
I'm extremely ambitious, and I try to confess that and try to do the best I can to manage it. I don't know if it's from my own trauma of being poor and broke and homeless, and just never want to feel that again, or it's my own insecurities and deficiencies for never getting the approval from my mother and father. So I'm quite sure that I'm feeding some monsters, some areas of deficiencies,
Yeah.
and I acknowledge that,
Yeah.
and I'm doing the best I can as a human to be able to walk through that, and because we are mind, body, and soul. As one of my mentors says, we are a combination of man, sinner, and saint. And
Okay.
so
Okay.
that's a lot to walk
That's
around
a
with.
lot. We love that you are very transparent about family life and trying to get it right and trying to get it together. So I think that's the biggest thing that we absolutely, absolutely love about you. Is that you are very transparent and open and honest. And we share the same pastor. Dr. Evans is definitely amazing. He's everybody's pastor. That's what we like to say. He's everybody's pastor. So after Exodus, what's next? Because it's like I feel like you put out music like every month.
No.
That's what I feel like.
No. Now, over the last couple of years with Maverick City, it may feel more like that.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
I mean, the Long Live Love album came out in 2019. So, the Love Theory was 2019.
Yeah.
And then Father's Day was just a few months ago. So,
Yeah.
it was the Maverick City moment.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was a Maverick City moment, and then there were other things that I would do in between that, like some features with other artists, and maybe it's the other features that can kind of make it feel like.
Yeah. Well, I guess nothing really matters after 2009 because I was on Fight of My Life. So after that, I was like, oh well.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
So really excited about it. So we are just excited, and we bless you, bless God for whatever else is going to be coming in your life down the pipe, and we can't wait. Looking forward to some movies, some filming, something.
We'll see. I hope so.
Hope so. Wow. So we definitely going to support right here. Is there anything that you want to leave with our listening audience?
Man, I just want everybody to know, man, that I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. I'm a Texas boy, Fort Worth, Dallas boy, and I love being a part of this community. And so, just whenever y'all see me, man, never hesitate to show me love, man. You know what I'm saying? Wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, just know that I love being part of the community, and I'm nothing without you. So thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. Wait, when is the next God's Property?
The next God's Property. Oh, I don't. God's Property grown.
Right. We want to know when is part 2, part 3, the family, all of that. We want to be a part of all of it.
Well, thank you so much. Well, I owe my career to both of them. So I would not be here without the great talents of God's Property and the family. Linda C. Wright, and so I'm thankful.
Yeah, amazing. Wow, so many have paved the way, and we are so glad that you, being one who would pave the way, to stop by and say hello to us. So,
thank you.
You're welcome here at any time.
Thank you.
Your music is welcome here at any time.
Thank you. Next time, have some biscuits.
We tried, Kirk, but they told me you were coming through early. So I was like,
have some biscuits on deck for a Negro.
They definitely changed the time. You came through early. I was like, well, that means no food.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I need to see your biscuit.
You like biscuit. What is your favorite food?
I'm being funny.
I know.
Biscuits.
Biscuit. What's your favorite food?
Food.
Chicken.
I do eat real clean and healthy, though.
Yeah.
I eat real healthy, because I'm a little guy, and I run around and jump up and down on stage. So.
Gotta have a lot of energy. So, but to Exodus, we don't need to bring the energy because y'all gonna have it.
I hope so.
Right.
I believe so.
We need to wear shouting shoes, or what kind of shoes we need to wear?
You can wear both. You ain't even got to wear shoes.
Don't wear shoes.
If you don't wear shoes, just please, have your toes done.
At least clean your feet.
Please
clean them. Do that part.
But ladies, put something cute on the toes. You don't want you to look like you've been riding a bicycle barefoot.
Please, you know what that means. Great.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we thank you so very much.
Thank you, Queen.